Is there anything that gets the juices flowing like a rivalry game? And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Welcome to the Palouse, Pullman Washington Martin Stadium, home to the Washington State Cougars. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Washington Huskies, taking on a team from the Pac-12, the Washington State Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. So the Washington State Cougars offense will start this game off with the football. Guys, every now and then you can take the emotion of rivalries for granted, but last year when the Huskies and Cougars got together, that was as dramatic as anything you could think of, a cathartic win for the Cougs, who sent UW off with an L.
This is a tremendous rivalry, the Apple Cup. And it looks a little bit different now that they're no longer conference opponents, but that doesn't mean they don't like each other any less, David. These two teams go at it. The fan bases dislike each other enormously, and we're expecting a great one today.
Well, and you always love it with the bragging rights, right? In the state of Washington, whoever wins this football game, you get to talk. Last year, Rodgers puts up a bunch of numbers, but it wasn't enough. Washington State got the dub. Big game, big matchup.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, that play didn't stand a chance. I mean, nobody even blocked that guy, and he's able to get the tackle for loss.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Meredith. At the 35, he's open. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
Well, you love to see this on the first drive of the game, right? 3rd down, go back to the old faithful, the slant pass, something you put in on day 1 install back in spring practice. Executed perfectly, keep this drive alive.
Washington State going back to work on 1st down. Hand off from the shotgun. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Washington State has it all working right now. Leaves it with the running back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The quarterback running on the draw. They knock him down at the 40, but he picks up 5, and it'll be enough for a 1st down.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? Having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
The handoff to Johnson. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Running back searching for a hole. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
8th play on this opening drive coming up, and they need a 3rd down conversion. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man downfield. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Quickly to the tight end. He gets it inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 17.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
The Cougars in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. Grab near the sticks. It's Ellison. Stop is made at the 8, but it'll be enough to set up a first and goal.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Cougars are threatening on first and goal. Caught in the backfield, it's Ellison. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. Back to pass. Here's a hit. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense, getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Complete to start this drive. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't get any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
My old coach said, you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
It'll be third and long. Williams will pass. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. A target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
They boot it away on fourth down. Hauls it in at the 40. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. To the air on first down. Looking deep down the right side. Intercepted to stop the threat.
You know, as a defensive back, you want to force the quarterback to make plays way outside towards the sideline. That's a long throw. It requires a lot of arm strength and a lot of touch at the same time. Great job forcing the play out wide, making the big interception.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Looking to throw on first down. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Defensively, you got them backed up. There's two options that they're going to do. They're going to run the football, be conservative, or they're going to try to take shots down the field. They tried to take a shot. Defense was ready. Nice pass rush. Way to get to the QB and get after that sucker.
The Huskies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll run play action. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. He'll get it out to the 14 before going out of bounds.
Well, that's just an amazing individual effort, trying to get back as much yardage as possible to set up a third and manageable situation, right? Nice job in the open field, understanding the situation. You obviously cannot take a sack at this juncture on the drive, so do what you can do to put your offense in a good position here on third down.
Williams looking for a man. Hit as he throws. And the deflection by the defense. Great play on third down brings us to 4th.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just now on the same page with his target.
The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. He will make the fair catch just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll start this drive at their own 48. The give to the running back from the shotgun. A continual subplot since these two first squared off in 1900 is Washington State trying to prove it deserves the same respect and status as UW.
And I think oftentimes the great rivalries out west are forgotten in college football. This game between Washington and Washington State is absolutely fantastic, and I'm so happy that with conference realignment, they were able to keep this game on the schedule because it is always fun to watch.
No, he loses the ball after the huge gain. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Great job by the defense here, forcing the fumble on the wide receiver. Look, understanding the ball came out quick. I got to break, get hats to the football, secure the tackle, try to get that football out. Nice turnover, nice hustle by this defense.
They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Off play action on first down. Going over the top. Makes the catch down the right side. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Williams will pass. That's reeled in. It's Moore. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And the Huskies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Using his legs to buy some time. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
This defense just asserting its will and its dominance in this game right now. That is not once, that's not twice. 3 times in a row they've been able to get to the quarterback.
Punt is in the air. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Gets the back moving. Looking downfield on first down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Tell you what, man, there's some problems that need to be solved by this offense. Another sack. That's 3 sacks on the day. We're still in the first half, but right now this defense pitching a shutout, and they look like they're playing with 13 guys.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. They've got the screen set up. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And the Cougars need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Ellison. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half.
Timeout, Washington.
Washington State sends out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. Just over 20 seconds to play here in the half. How aggressive can they afford to be here? Williams looking for a man. Floating away. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Game 7 brings up 2nd down.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Huskies and Cougars. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. A lot of intrigue with this second half still to come as we send things back to the Evergreen State.
Washington State ready to boot it away to start the 3rd quarter. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Quarterback on the keeper. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Williams will pass. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense, or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
The Huskies line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He'll set up to throw. Safe completion on the screen. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Wants to throw on first down. Bringing the heat. Trying to make that. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
And guys, the defenses have stood tall, kept the offenses out of the end zone, but now a chance for the first touchdown of the game. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Off the play fake. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. They take the lead with the 6.
Well, it's been a defensive war this entire game, and you're wondering who can break through. Give this offense a lot of credit. It has not been easy, but they've been physical. They did a really nice job, I think, with play calling there and setting things up. And finally, someone is able to get on the board.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They march 78 yards down the field, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. The short hands. It's Freeman. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Under fire. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to 2. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
The Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. Gets it out quickly. They stop him game almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
On third down, going up top. And the pass falls incomplete, and we've played 3. We've reached the break. Bow down to your leaders, Washington. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. 1 more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. To the ground with the back. Wide open spaces. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10. Williams looking for a man. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. The give on the option. Fight, he's loose. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right and you see that blocking and all the holes open up, that's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive line back, got in the linebacker's laps, and man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
And the Huskies are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's got an open man. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. Oh, he got loose. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to...
Touchdown, Washington! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. A 69-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. This Husky defense, David, it's like they've got Vita Vea and Steve Emptman up front, Joe Tryon as a backer, and Marcus Peters in the secondary. There's purple everywhere.
You're right, from front to back. Guys up front on the defensive line eating them up, doing a great job in the secondary at linebacker. Complete performance from this UW defense.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. The snap sets up to throw. Working that wide receiver screen. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
As the offense, you want to get the ball to your playmakers and let them make a decision, let them make a guy miss, but not with that kind of defense. They were all over it right away. No 3rd down conversion for you.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4. Hauls it in, the first down and more. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And this offense has not had much to cheer about. There's something right there. Let's see if they can string a couple of plays together. Listen, this game's probably over, but this offense has got to find some kind of a rhythm, something they can hang their hat on so that moving forward, this offense has an identity.
That's caught. It's Ellison. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
He's taking a deep shot. He's got it for a big play. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
After that huge play, they've now got it inside the 30. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks that this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. To the end zone, and it's picked off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Tight end now in motion. He'll pull it on the read. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Washington sends out the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Wants to go up top on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Huskies had that dog in them in this one, taking down the Cougs for the Apple Cup and the Governor's Trophy. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.